Yo, what's up, good people? Y'all know what time it is. We're here on a Wednesday night tonight for y'all. That's right. AA Sports, straight sports, no chaser. Myself, Diego Barista, call for one half of the super team here on the Sports Talk thing. Here's the other half. What's going on, man?
What's good people? It's your boy All Hate, the other A in AA Sports. Happy to be here on a Wednesday night. Happy 4th to all of y'all. Hope y'all had a good day, had some good barbecue. Damn shame we had to go back to work today.
Yeah, that sucks, but I'm already counting down to the weekend.
Pretty much.
Sometimes I see like them short weeks be the longest, man.
I'm taking Friday, so it's Gucci. I ain't got but one more day.
Oh, tomorrow your Friday then.
Basically. So let's jump right on into it. We're gonna start off with our open bar, and I'm gonna give this one to you because I didn't watch all of it. The Manny Pacquiao fight over this past weekend. We're hearing a lot of stuff about Manny got jobbed. I was in and out flipping. You the boxing guy on the show. Does Manny have a legit case? What's up? Talk to us.
Yeah, that scorecard was some bullshit. Yeah, he won that. He won that fight clearly. Now, not to take anything away from I keep wanting to call him Joe Horn for obvious reasons. Shout out to Joe Horn, but Jeff Horn. I think he had only 16 fights coming into this fight with Manny, so he's a relatively young guy. No blemishes on his record. I think he had one draw, I want to say, but I mean, he fought. I mean, he was a tough little competitor. He didn't die. He didn't pack it up and fold. In the 9th round, we thought it was going to be over with. I didn't expect it to go past 5 or 6. But he hung in there, fought a tough fight. He had some heart. That don't mean he won the fight, especially some of the scorecards that were out there. So yeah, another time when Manny got jobbed, and just so happens he got Tim Bradley was in the building again. So so go figure. Before the fight, I was saying, yeah, Manny lose to this guy, he need to go ahead and hang it up. He already on ESPN. But he fought a pretty good fight. He slowed down a little bit, you can tell, because old Manny would have took this dude out. Went ahead and took him out when he had him, on the ropes. I still think, he probably got another couple of fights in him.
I heard that he outlanded him in punches and power punches and still lost the damn fight.
Yeah. CompuBox is just CompuBox. Judges aren't looking at that in fight, and it was very lopsided. But just even watching the fight, it was obvious who was landing the more meaningful punches. Now, at times you might say Horn outworked him, but he wasn't landing a lot of shots.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? So it was a good fight, though. I will say that. But yeah, the scorecards was just all wrong. Manny got jobbed on that one. He got jobbed on that one.
All right, Manny, keep your head up. Sing a song for your folks. Keep your head up.
Sometimes when we touch.
All right, people. It's the first week of July, which basically means some cats got some real big bread come July 1st. We are talking NBA free agency. We're going to dive right into it. The ones we knew that were going to stay, they ended up staying. Kevin Durant, 2 years, $53 million. He took a haircut on that. We'll touch on that. Steph finally got the bag that he'd been waiting on. 5 years, $201 million. Right. Another one that was kind of surprising. Well, I guess we can't say it was surprising, but Blake got 5 years, $173 million. And I want to say he went into the negotiations with a walking boot on. I'm just saying what I heard in these streets. I could be wrong. 5 years, $173 million. Kyle Lowry got three for 100 from Toronto. Paul Millsap, the Hawks, he left us. 3 years, $90 million. I guess I can't say he left us when we didn't offer him shit.
Nah, he didn't leave us. What they say when you break up with a girl? Hey, nah, she quit you. Nah, we quit him.
Another one, Drew Holiday, 5 years, $125 million. Woo.
Yeah.
Gallinari, 3 years for $65 million. People, you probably don't know him because he gets hurt a lot and he plays in Denver. Serge Ibaka, 3 years, $65 million. And the final one came yesterday when we were talking about going on the air, but the homie here said, let's just wait, see where this last domino falls. Gordon Hayward, 4 years, $128 million from the Boston Celtics. Danny Ainge is sitting at home like, whoo, pass me a cold Sam Adams because they was going to have his ass up there in Boston. What sticks out to you, big dog?
One thing that sticks out is, well, a couple things, actually. Paul Millsap took a lot of meetings, and a lot of teams went in other directions before he finally signed with Denver. So not only did the Hawks not even make him an offer, a lot of teams passed up on him when they could have had him. So that tell you all you need to know about weak step back. Drew Holiday getting 5 years, $125 million. You look at that and you say Drew Holiday, $125 million, but it's the Pelicans. What else are they?
They have no choice.
What else are they going to do? So they didn't really have much of a choice.
Toronto didn't either.
No, they didn't. So out of the big names, if you want to call these big names, I tell you, boy, people, it pays to become a free agent when there are no really superstar free agents on the market because somebody got to get the money. Okay?
Right.
And,
also you need to we'll talk about that a little bit below. I was wanting you to talk about what we were talking about as far as the minimum that they need to spend because folks need to understand that, as far as the salary cap. But
right. But I expected Gordon Hayward the whole time to be in Boston. Really the only thing that would have been attractive about Miami would have been the I almost said it, the women, the beaches, and no state taxes. Outside of that, Miami's a nice up-and-coming team. I picked Eric Spoelstra as my coach of the year this year. So it's not that Miami would have been a bad look, but if he's trying to win right now, Miami wasn't the choice.
Yeah, it's not the choice. And then I think if he'd have went to Miami, he would have stepped into the man role off top.
Right.
He's the man there. He ain't the man up in Boston. He's a big part of the package, but I still think that's Isaiah's team. Still. Well, until they got to hand him some money next summer, and we're going to see how that goes.
Exactly. So those are a couple things that stick out. Now, Otto Porter, moving down to this, I guess this next tier of guys, and this is where some of the surprises came in at.
Yeah.
To start, these two are kind of linked to the KD deal. Of course, everybody knew KD was saying all along he was going to take less money to sign other guys. Who knew he was going to take this much less? Because Andre Iguodala got a 3-year, $48 million contract. Sean Livingston got 3 years and $24 million. The two of them Iguodala need to buy KD a new whip, and Sean Livingston need to buy the rims and the sound system.
Yep.
And get the tent done. Because
for real, I mean, Iguodala $48 million. Bruh, the only game I think he had good last year was Game 6 of the finals. No, it was Game 5. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's the only one I remember in the playoffs.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, damn, I tell you, man, we some old heads because 7.5 points a game shouldn't get you $48 million. It shouldn't. But, I guess they were looking at that more of he's a glue guy. He holds the locker room together.
Right.
I guess maybe he's a Draymond whisperer. Maybe. Because they need that. But $48 million for that? I don't know.
It does seem like a lot. But hey.
I mean, he had people wanting to rock with him, but I mean, was he really gonna leave Golden State to go somewhere else? Unless the bag was just ridiculous. That's the only way I saw him leaving.
Right, and at 33 years old, I didn't see anybody paying him buku dollars. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I didn't see that.
I
didn't see that.
Shout out to him for getting that.
Yeah.
Speaking of taking the bag, George Hill and Zach Randolph yesterday, 4th of July, both of them decided to go to Sacramento. Now, in George Hill's case, from what I understand, Utah had like $90 million on the table for him earlier this year. Don't want him to take it. He's like, nah, I can get a better deal. And then when the market dried up, he was looking at 1-year deals, so he had to take this $57 million. He had no choice. Zebo's my age, so him getting that last $24 million, I don't blame him. But it's a solid pickup to get 2 vets for Sacramento. Solid. They ain't gonna never make the playoffs again. But it's a lot of money.
Yeah, I mean, they can be there to groom some of them young guys.
Yeah.
Harry Giles, Fox.
Yeah.
You were saying, George Hill does play off the ball at times. He's really a combo guard. So
yeah,
they got some things that they can do there in Sacramento. I think last year they were a 12th seed. I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, but they had Boogie at the time.
That's true.
They had Boogie at the time, so they started tanking once they got. You take 28 and 12 out your lineup, things kind of go a different way. But solid pickup for them. Minnesota. Should we call them Chicago North?
That's pretty good.
Chicago North signed Jeff Teague. Well, first of all, they traded Ricky Rubio. They traded him for a first-round pick. You know what? Ricky couldn't shoot, but damn, I thought he played solid after the All-Star break. He had nice size on him. But Jeff Teague's a better scorer and can shoot ball. They needed that. So they picked up Jeff Teague and Taj Gibson to go with Jimmy Butler and them cats they got on that team right now. I'm going to tell you how good of a offseason Minnesota's having. You almost forget that they got Karl Anthony Towns with what they're bringing in. You really forget he's that damn good in the middle of that lineup.
Right. And to add not only Jeff Teague and what was the other guy we just said?
Taj Gibson.
Yeah, they got Taj Gibson. So 2 more solid pieces that can come in off the bench and provide some things. I expect Minnesota to be in the playoff running next year. I don't see any reason why they shouldn't. Nice mix of young players and some vets that should get them over the hump.
Yep.
Rubio, I think they've been, you've been hearing rumblings about them trying to get rid of Rubio over the last couple of years.
They've been trying to move him hard.
I don't think he was one of Tibbs' favorites.
No.
So that was, it was just a matter of time. It was just a matter of time on that.
JJ Redick. JJ Redick signed for 1 year with Philly, kept his options open, got $23 million for that 1 year. Hey, he gonna have a whole lot of wide open jump shots playing with them cats. Wide open jump shots.
I think that's a solid. That was a solid move for him. He probably looked at some contenders first, and they probably weren't, looking at.
No money.
Not for that kind of money. So hey, we take this 1 year deal, nice young up and coming team. Let me go out east, and
yes, we're gonna get into that in a little bit.
And we'll go back. We'll go back at this thing again next year because JJ Redick is a shooter. He ain't gonna forget how to shoot in a year.
He didn't show up in the playoffs last year, but hell, it don't matter, man. They got tape from years ago. He got $23 million for 1 year to live in Philly. So hey, shout out to him. Well, anything else you got on the signing last week?
No.
I want to jump into these trades. PJ Tucker, that was a solid signing for Houston. They need pieces. But
I like PJ Tucker grit and his attitude. Yeah. I like him.
He might be the only player. Well, I can't say that. Chris Paul plays defense.
He was the only. He was the only cat on Toronto had any heart last year in the playoffs.
So that means they right back to 10-man status. Ain't nobody got no damn heart up there. But we the North. Anywho, all right before free agency began on Friday night, we had a trade that went down. Paul George got traded Friday night to a dark horse out of nowhere. Somebody was creeping. The Oklahoma City Thunder. I did not see this one coming. They were never mentioned in the talk. None of it. Priestley swooped in and got Paul George for Victor Oladipo and the Sabonis kid. No draft picks, no cash, no nothing. That's it. All right. You know what? You know how we criticized that Jimmy Butler trade? We said they could have got more. Jimmy was under contract, and they could have got more. This cat wasn't under contract, and this is all they got. Now, on the notes you see, I put some tidbits. They said Boston had an offer for 2 starters and 3 first-round picks, and they didn't take it.
I just can't believe that deal was on the table. Because if it was, If that deal was on the table, who's running Indiana's team right now, by the way, since Bird's gone?
Cat named Kevin Pritchard. He used to run Portland, I believe.
I remember Kevin Pritchard. Okay. He needs to be fired.
Now, you see, when word got out, when Paul George got traded, Boston leaked what they offered. Kevin Pritchard then came out and said, well, they can't really talk about it, I guess. Mm-hmm. But I ain't heard nobody no backdoor refuting that they made that offer at all.
And if Danny Ainge proposed or tried to make that deal, his ass need to be fired. I don't care how much good he done. You was finna give up all those assets. You took all that time acquiring all those assets, and you can get ready to give it all up for a rental.
I would hope he had a promise on the table. I would hope.
Man.
I would hope. But a promise ain't shit. You got to sign a contract.
That's right. And then the two, they said 3 first-round picks and 2 starter-level type guys. So you're probably talking about Bradley and Jay Crowder, more than likely.
Easily.
And 3 first-round picks, and you in Indiana, you didn't take that deal?
That was a dumbass move, cuz.
Oladipo and Sabonis.
Okay. I understand, Indiana basketball is really big. Go IU. I get it. But you're going to take this cat back who's under contract for another $60 million is coming up. And Sabonis is still on the rookie deal, but he averaged 5.9 points and 3.6 rebounds and shot under 40% from the field. And that's what you take back for Paul George.
He didn't make one field goal in the playoffs.
Not one, B. How you make this trade without a draft pick? Not a future first in 2025, nothing.
Not even a second-round pick.
Nothing. You know what? That cat right there allowed his ego to get in the way. And he shouldn't even feel personal. Hell, Larry quit. You was good. You should have just made whatever deal you wanted. This is all still on Larry's watch.
Yeah, you playing with house money.
Easily. Easily. And at the end of the day, cuz, they were under no obligation to trade him until February. They didn't have to trade him. That's their heart.
Yeah, they probably would have got even less that close, but still. Sabonis and Oladipo. That's what you got. The two of them combined. The two of them combined, their points don't even total up to what Paul George contributed to them.
Fam, I'm sorry. They would have had to, I guess they're trying to keep their flexibility. I would have took Cantor back because he can score at least something. These two, and that's it. That's it.
Damn. Once Danny Ainge would have called me saying, yeah, I got 3 first-round picks and deal done, send it over. He wouldn't even be able to get out the fact that he wanted to add 2 starters with it. As soon as I would have heard 3 first-round picks, let's run that.
So,
because the picks that he got are going to be good picks. They're coming from Brooklyn, right?
Well, I heard it. He didn't want to give up the Brooklyn pick, but hell, they got other picks. They're going to get a first-round pick next year. I would have made that deal. And I'm pretty sure if they would have pressed the issue and said, you give me Brooklyn, 1 starter, and another pick, I would have made that deal.
Could have had it. Could have had it done. They could have had it done.
But, now this turned into a very interesting situation. Let me get that, because right now somebody's on the clock. Somebody's on the clock.
And it ain't us.
It ain't us. Okay, as much as I like this move, Sam Presti put himself in a real dangerous situation. Real dangerous situation, people. Yeah. He traded for Paul George to play with Russell Westbrook. That's dope. That's dope. Paul George is free next summer. Russell Westbrook's free next summer. The Lakers got max money, and I believe both them cats are from LA, right? If I'm not mistaken. So, like you told me Saturday, they probably gonna be roaming together on the road, talking about how much they miss the beach. They miss Fat Burger.
In and out.
So in and out. They missed, you heard that new game, that Kendrick Lamar. Hey, man, it's almost like he did the work for Magic.
Yeah. They got the whole year to work out any kinks, playing together and what have you. Because that's gonna be an adjustment.
Yes.
The two of them playing together, that's gonna be a big adjustment. It's not gonna be like KD going to Golden State and just being able to plug in and everything ran smoothly. They're gonna have some things to figure out, similar to probably how LeBron and Wade had to take them almost a quarter or half the season to really figure out how to play with each other. Yeah, they're going to win games in the process.
Yeah.
Some of it's going to be ugly.
Yeah.
So, I just don't know why. Hey, we're going to see, Priesty. We're going to see.
I mean, he had to roll the dice. He had to show him that he was trying to win. I get that.
Right.
But that's tough, man. That's tough because them cats can be holding up Laker jerseys on July 8th next year together.
Yeah.
And you ain't got shit to show for it. I mean, you're going to have hella cap space, but then, I mean, who's coming to Oklahoma? Willingly. So.
Right. I thought that Blake Griffin might have been on their radar, but like you told me, they didn't really have no money for him. Not with that cancer
and that's when talking contract. That's the underlying thing. We know why he did it too. I mean, he didn't want to pay Oladipo that money no more, and I don't blame him. So it's really a salary dump. But the big thing to come out this weekend, Russell ain't came out saying shit about that Supermax. Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah. And we talked about it last week. How you got Russell hasn't commented on it. John Wall has said, "Hey, I'm a hold tight and I'm just wait for a second." It's not maybe it's not working out for the owners the way they thought it was.
Hey, that's a lot of bread, but the money being thrown around right now for flexibility, that ain't bad. People always talk about LeBron and his flexibility and what he did. Tim Duncan was doing that years ago, taking them 3-year max contracts, re-upping, every year. Flexibility is a good thing. The only dumbass I know who don't believe in flexibility is Carmelo Anthony. We'll talk about him later. But
Melo loves his money.
But the last trade happened over the weekend. Well, I think it just got agreed to today. The Clippers, the Hawks, and Denver. Basically, the Hawks sent Paul Millsap to Denver. The Clippers sent Danilo Gallinari to the Denver sent him to the Clippers. And the Hawks ended up with a dude named Diamond Stone and Jamal Crawford. And a first-round pick, which is a good thing. Appreciate him getting the first. Now, some folks is like, why the hell you make that trade? They got something for Sap. They weren't going to get nothing.
Going to get jack shit.
It's not going to be a high pick, but it's a pick.
Right.
It's a pick.
Yeah, and the Hawks have I didn't realize today they've worked themselves into 5 first-round picks over the next 2 years.
I forgot to put that on my notes, but I wrote it down. That's solid. That's real solid.
That is. So, that can be two. That can be some major trade chips. You're talking about that many first-round picks. So,
all they got to do, the only thing the Hawks got left to do is find somebody to take that Bays contract. If they can find somebody to take that, they are Gucci. Yep. But I doubt that'll happen.
What's worrying me about that situation right now is because I was looking at the numbers today. We were talking about a few minutes ago. So everybody knows pretty much familiar with the salary cap as far as the max and everything. And if you go into the luxury tax, but very seldom is it talked about. There's a salary floor. There's a certain amount you have to spend.
Right.
So you think about some of these, some of these teams paying suckers a lot of money, and you wondering why. Well, that's why they got to spend a certain amount of bread. And I think the Hawks are about $15 to $20 million under the floor right now, with only 2 roster spots open. So something gonna have to shake here soon.
Somebody about to get broke off, probably. So if you said they at 15, that's Hardaway.
I'm thinking Hardaway, and maybe one like a mid-level exception type piece, something like that.
Yeah. But
this is the way you burn it down, though. This is the way you burn it down, people.
Smart move.
Rebuild. This is how you do it.
I give Coach Bud a lot of shit, but that ain't bad because a lot of these moves he negotiated. The Adrian Payne, the T-Wolves trade, that was him. The Korver trade, that was him. Hey, 5 picks in 2 years. We just can't mess up the picks. They gotta be solid. You may not get superstars off top, but I tell you this much: Golden State didn't expect Steph and Clay and Draymond to be what they are. They ain't expected, but it happened. So shout out to the Hawks. Shout out to them. Maybe we go to some games, see some good teams for the low since they're gonna suck next year.
I was just about to say because they're working on the renovations in the stadium, right? So they have the bottom level, like behind one of the basket areas, is going to be a bar. like a walk-in, walk-out bar, full bar. I mean, it's going to be pretty nice and spacious too. You can actually see the games from the bar area, so that's going to be cool. Phillips Arena is turned into a club pretty much.
Basically,
the way this team gonna suck, that bar gonna be jumping.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
That bar gonna be jumping. So if anybody y'all come from out of town, you want to hit up a Hawks game, make sure you get you some lower level seats so you got access to that bar and other things, because you know the hotties be out in the ATL.
Shit, they probably gonna have a concert every damn game. Every damn game, they probably gonna have a concert.
Yep.
All right, let's. I just alluded to him a little while ago. The Knicks and Carmelo Anthony. They're playing a game of chicken right now because, as we all know, Melo loves his money, and there's $55 million still sitting out there. Okay, I'm gonna look into the camera with this. Knicks, nobody's trading for that $28 million contract. Nobody has the room to trade for it, unless it's a bad team. Yeah, a bad team will have the money. See, but your boy Phil gave him a no trade clause.
Right. So even if you wanted to ship him to Orlando, you can't.
You can't. You can't. I mean, this is like the dumbest shit I've heard in my life. The cat has a no trade clause, and y'all sitting there like, man, he gonna waive that no trade. Why? You gotta pay him either way. Shit.
Why wouldn't? Why would he?
Man, okay. Let me ask you this before we get off this. If he gets free, because Melo came out the other day and said, "Hey, I'll waive my no trade clause if I can go to Houston or Cleveland, two teams that are capped out and have nothing to offer." Man, that was shitty of you, Melo. But hey, whatever. What's the better fit? I think Cleveland.
I think Cleveland, because he can come in as be a six man. I'm not seeing the fit in Houston. Because they all about launching threes. You got Chris Paul. You already got to figure out Chris Paul and Harden who gonna have the ball the majority of the time. And I don't think throwing Melo into that mix is going to make it any better. That's like throwing water on a grease fire. I wouldn't do that.
I don't give a shit what they saying out of Houston. I don't believe Mike D'Antoni's over that. Melo ran him out of New York. I just don't believe he's over that. You know, you're gonna toe the company line and say that, but maybe they're counting on Chris Paul holding it down. And maybe
that's a big maybe, because I'm giving it until All-Star break before Chris Paul blow up on James Harden and Mike D'Antoni.
You know, we're gonna talk about that in a second with the West, because I want to just do a prediction for next year with these changes. But let's jump into the East real quick.
Hold on, before we get off Melo.
I know where you're going. Go ahead.
We'll give a moment of silence for Melo. All right. Tommy from Power literally fucked any chance that he had of getting back with Lala.
Have we not been telling him to carry his ass home for 3, 4, 5 months now?
Because is it not funny that as soon as that episode aired, then all of a sudden he was like, you know what? I'll waive my no trade clause.
Sure was. Man. Hey, man.
Damn.
No, you better fix it, bro.
Nah, it's too late.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Over this weekend, one thing we did see that pretty much came to fruition. We found out that the power has shifted to the West. And what was that term you told me about the West?
Yeah. Now they can actually be legit deep instead of fake deep.
Explain that to the people. Explain it to them.
The West has had this perception all these years, and most of the years it's been valid that they're so much stronger than the East. But last year, to me, it just wasn't one of those years. You had Golden State, you had San Antonio, and people didn't think at the beginning of the season Houston was going to be as formidable as they were.
Right.
And that was pretty much it.
Right.
None of those other teams were contenders or competing for a championship. And in a way, if you want to talk about top to bottom, you can make a case that the East was a little bit stronger than the West top to bottom, because after those 8 seed playoff teams, look at all those teams below that and look at those records compared to the bottom half of the East teams. So, yeah. But now I think they are legit back. I don't know if it was a power shift, because I think even though I don't think they was as strong as people were putting them out to be, I think they were still stronger than the East. But now they are legit deep. You got teams that are legit on the come up. Houston has gotten better. OKC added a couple pieces. Well, not a couple pieces. They added Paul George, so we're gonna see how that works.
I like the Patterson signing. That happened last night, I believe. To play power forward, that should be solid.
Right. You got Minnesota on the come up. You got Denver, who was right on the cusp of the playoffs, adding a veteran like Paul Millsap. And dare I say it, even the damn Sacramento Kings.
They had a solid offseason.
Have had a solid offseason. I can see them being better than the Pelicans.
Hey, am I wrong to think the Clippers ain't going to make the playoffs?
I'm not sure yet, because even though I don't think they're going to be a home court advantage team, I think they can still sneak in the bottom because you still got Blake, of course, all of this is contingent on Blake being healthy. But, Blake, DeAndre, Gallinari, and they have Pat Beverly at point. He's solid on the defensive side of things. I'm trying to think who else they picked up in that trade.
Lou Will, solid scorer. So, they picked up some other pieces. But like you said, okay, they were at 4 at the end of the regular season. Right. Minnesota and Denver got better. Denver was at 9.
Right.
That's a 10-game difference. And Chris Paul made everybody better. Is Pat Beverly going to be throwing them lobs? Last time I checked, DeAndre ain't got no post moves. So
no, you're right.
He shoot free throws. So
right. I can see them hovering around that 8 seed, somewhere around that 8 seed, just for the simple fact that I think the Utah Jazz their stock is going down.
I think Oklahoma City will be 3rd.
I'm looking at Memphis, and Zebo's already gone. I think Tony Allen probably is going to sign somewhere else.
Yeah.
And then now it's rumblings of them maybe trying to trade Gasol.
They should burn that down.
So if that happens, they're going to be out the playoffs. It's going to be Mike Conley and whatever Mike Conley and what, Vince?
Ain't nobody – and Vince trying to get to Golden State, something terrible.
So, yeah. So I see some teams on the West creeping on down, and there's some other teams coming that's going to be creeping up on them. The Lakers are going to probably not make the playoffs next year, but they're going to win some games they ain't supposed to win. I think.
The Lakers should get to 35 wins, give or take. At 26 last year. Mm-hmm. But looking at the East, it's 15 teams in the East. And I see 6 of them that I have no idea what they're doing. They're either in legit burn down mode or they really don't have no direction at all. 6 teams. We can say who's going to be in the playoffs right now. I tell you one game we could play one day. We ain't got shit to talk about. Who going to make the Eastern Conference All-Star team?
Dennis Schroeder might be on that.
Right. Hey, but one thing I heard on the radio the other day, and it made sense. We're going to get off this real soon. You look at these teams in the East, it's not a lot of good front offices and ownerships. It's not. Yep. Those situations are bad. So maybe these cats didn't have no faith in the direction. Because of what they've been shown over the years. I mean, hell, Orlando ain't been to the playoffs since Dwight Howard left.
Yeah, I mean, because looking at, and a lot of these teams really only lost one guy, and they're going to fall clean off the face of the damn map. Mm-hmm. Indiana lost Paul George. Chicago lost Jimmy Butler. Yeah, they lost, Rondo too. But I'm talking about their main guys. Atlanta losing Paul Millsap. Dwight Howard was like a half because just the way they
ain't really use him anyway.
Yeah, so, you look at that, and I'm looking at a team like Toronto, who's already had the case of the Scareties anyway. They lose two valuable glue pieces in P.J. Tucker and Pat Patterson.
Basically.
So, outside of Boston, Cleveland, and Washington, the rest of this is like, okay, whatever. I'm interested to see Philly just because I want to see them on the come up. But the rest
I'm hoping that Jabari gets healthy. I'm hoping.
Milwaukee, you're right. Milwaukee has got a good, young, solid team. If Jabari's healthy, they could very well get to 50 wins. You're right, because they got 42 last year.
Shit, they should be at 5. Well, they was at 6 last year, so that should be easy.
Mm-hmm.
Hell, they almost beat Toronto in the playoffs last year with Greek Freak and nothing else. So yeah. It's very possible, but
yeah, Miami should probably be in the playoffs next year because they'll get Justice Winslow back. who missed the rest of this season. I don't know what the hell Detroit's doing.
I have no idea.
I don't think they do. And I like Charlotte. I think they were better than their 36-46 record.
They ain't play no defense last year. They're going to play defense this year.
Yeah.
And they got to pay Kemba. Hey.
They got it. Who else they paying? Well, they gave Batum a big-ass contract, didn't they?
Yeah, they gave Batum some money. They got Dwight's money now. So, I mean, they can pay him. They got his bird rights. And they ain't got no choice. What else they going to do? At the end of the day, that's what it comes down to in most cases. What else you going to do? You ain't got no choice. But let me ask you this real quick before we jump off this. Does Gordon Hayward give Cleveland a series with Boston?
I think Gordon Hayward makes Boston better. Just he brings something to that wing scoring wise that they didn't really have before. But no, to answer your question, no.
But you know what? I didn't know, and we talked about this a lot on other shows. I didn't know they would have had to give up one of them rotational players, the ones who they actually use to sign him. Hey,
I think they're still trying to do that right now.
It would have to be Rozier. You need Marcus Smart and Jay Crowder. They're your goons, and they play defense.
But I think the money, they got to get rid of one of them.
They got to get. They said it's either one of them. Hell, it could be Avery Bradley. I mean, technically, he's free next year. You're gonna have to pay him. You picked up Jason Tatum, so hell, it might be him. It might be Bradley.
I think it may be Bradley because they like his defense, but I think they also like Jaylen Brown's defense. And since he's, I like Jaylen Brown. He can step in there with more minutes. He can fill that role that Avery Bradley's playing.
At some point, you got to play the kids. You can't just have them sitting on your bench, as trade. You got to.
Yeah.
I'm still concerned about who can board. That's my man. That's all I've been saying. Every time we talk about who gonna board, who can defend the rim. Sapp can't block shot. I'm sorry, not Sapp. Horford can't block shot. He out there at the 3-point line. He can't get no offensive board. So
yeah. And another thing, you talking about how much of an impact is Gordon Hayward going to be against Cleveland? Is Gordon Hayward going to drop 25 to 30 points on LeBron?
Nah.
No.
I tell you what neat. The best thing that can happen for them is Isaiah Thomas average 8 to 10 assists a game next year, and I don't think that shit gonna happen.
He tried to do a little bit of that in the playoffs, a couple games. I still don't think it's in his DNA because it wasn't in Phoenix. It hasn't been up until this point. I just don't think that's him. He's a scorer, and
we know what he's doing next year. He's playing for the bag. So
yeah, so little man got a shot quota to meet. Before we get off of the Gordon Hayward topic, because I woke up to something very disturbing this morning. I get up and I don't watch much of the 4-letter network, but I do watch Mike and Mike in the morning just to kind of see what topics is going around and things like that. And I heard some shit that disturbed me because they were talking about a Gordon Hayward statue in Utah and people burning his jersey in Utah. People, stop it. Stop the bullshit, okay?
That's so lame.
What?
That's so lame.
Hayward, you're burning his jersey? Why? And another sucker move I saw on the internet today is I can't even really blame the fans for doing sucker shit when the players are doing sucker shit. Did you see Rudy Gobert in his car singing these?
That was so lame. Lame. we got to come up with, we're working on it, what we're going to call dumb shit like this. But that was lame as hell. Yeah. That was so – first of all, let's be honest. We're talking about Utah. This is a young man. We're talking about Utah. I'm going to leave it at that. We're talking about Utah.
Right.
So
we're talking about practice. We're talking about Utah.
Just like that. Leave it at that. But Gobert, ain't nobody tell your ass to sign that damn 4-year contract to be in the snow. Ain't nobody tell you to do that. You chose to. But, hey, they're going to be throwing that max money at all these restricted free agents trying to get somebody to go there. But, hey, the bad part about it, I was thinking today, I started to tweet it. Y'all burning these jerseys. I mean, it could be a throwback. He don't have to play for the team. You can still go to the game with your Utah jersey, but you're burning them. Y'all need something to do. Speaking of, we can move on over to this real quick. Pat Riley had the first meeting. He had the first shot at Gordon Hayward. First shot. And he came up short again. Now, people are saying 2 years in a row he done came up short. To be honest with you, I didn't expect them to get Kevin Durant last year. I don't even know why Kevin Durant took the meat. Quite frankly, they ain't had the money. How they were going to pay him, keep Dwayne, and they gave Whiteside $100 million like at midnight? How does that work?
Well, so they didn't have, they didn't have the money. Well, they had the money. They just don't want to give it to Dwayne.
Right. So where were they going to find 50 to 75 million to give Durant when they didn't want to give Wade 48 million and you gave Whiteside? So I don't blame Pat Riley for that one. I don't. But my thing is, the last free agents that he signed that were impactful were Chris Bosh and LeBron James. Is it time to get somebody else in charge of the recruiting? Because it don't seem like the thing. I'm sure he's still putting the rings on the table. I'm pretty sure he's still doing it. Mm-hmm. But you think it's time to go another way?
I mean, I wouldn't just for the not for that reason. I mean, because of what you just said, they weren't legitimately going to get KD. They weren't going to get Gordon Hayward. And what other big name free agents have there been in the last 3 years that they really had a legit shot at getting that they just didn't seal the deal on? I can't think of one.
Well, maybe they had a chance with Hayward. I mean, I figure if they had legit money to sign him. I never saw a reason why he would go there. Because, like, I always thought if he goes there, you're going to be looking at him to put up 20 and 25 a game with all the defensive pressure on him. Gordon Dragic he doesn't freak me to the point where I got to partner up with that cat. I never felt that way.
Right.
So, I don't – it kind of feels like they need to go that way, but he's dead set on getting another ring with them. I just don't see it. I mean, they re-signed Dion Waiters before we came on. He got 4 years, $52 million. But –
And they gave him – they said that contract is heavily incentive-laced.
Straight up?
Yeah.
Wow.
So, we'll see. Well, we probably should have looked at this before we got off the free agents, but some of these guys that are still out here that can help people.
I bet they throw a bag at Rudy Gay.
Yeah, because he wanted to go to OKC, but they didn't have a loot. Rudy was looking for that black Amex card, and all OKC had was a rush card to throw at him.
Isn't he coming off an Achilles? I mean,
yeah.
I guess Wesley Matthews did it a couple years ago, but I'd like to know what he's going in there asking for. I'd honestly like to know.
I think the only thing OKC could offer him was like $5 million, like the mid-level exception.
Basically,
he's coming off an Achilles. I think he can get more than that.
Yeah, I mean he was having a solid season before he got hurt last year.
Right.
Derrick Rose is he's interesting to me. Why the hell is he meeting with the Clippers? Because they ain't got no money. They got like $8 million. He gonna take $8 million?
Well, Derrick Rose has never come off as the brightest cat.
Bingo.
So
Oh, is that his brother? Is that his brother? Nah, B. We can get better than that.
Right. So we'll see. But I think Mirotic can still help somebody.
Yeah.
Kelly Olynyk is now on the table.
Yeah.
I think the Hawks will be down Tim Hardaway. Now, Nerlens Noel. That's an interesting guy on the restricted free agent list. Who else on here?
Dallas said they're gonna match whatever he get.
Yeah, they probably will. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, Detroit will probably match anything that he gets. Andre Roberson. For as much money as it was speculated that he was going to get, and I ain't going to lie, I followed that speculation, thinking he's going to get $80, $90 million. If it ain't happened by now, I don't think he's going to get that.
They can go over the cap. They can go over the cap with him because he's restricted. I can see that happening. And they kind of, at this point, if they sign him, you got Paul George in there, so that's the additional scoring that you need.
Right.
I'm looking at it from a defensive place. They match up pretty well right now with the best teams in the West. Because if you got him at small, but Paul George is small, self-check it too. Russell ain't really got all that pressure to play defense. You got Steven Adams in the middle. They kind of need him at this point. I just hope he's shooting jumpers right now. I hope. And he may not be.
I doubt he is.
Yeah. So
we'll
see. I hit you on Twitter the other day. I kind of want Milwaukee to sign Derrick Rose.
The Bucks, I know the Knicks and Bucks are front runners, I believe.
I can see him there, but then I know they got Brogdon. But at this point, Derrick Rose, you need take him off. Just let him score.
Yeah,
they
need some more wing scoring. Middleton, he's a decent scorer, but he's not aggressive enough to me.
No.
He get those old Joe Johnson numbers to me, quiet 20, quiet 18 to 20.
Right.
So I think Derrick Rose could fit, could definitely help there. They don't have any money, but I don't know what the hell Washington's going to do because they got to do something with that bench. I was looking to say, hey, maybe Mirchik can come in there and help them with some scoring off the bench, but they don't have no fucking money.
If Otto Porter's going in the next season, their highest paid player. Their highest paid player. We was bitching about the money Bill got. He's going in as their highest paid player. Do you see a high ceiling with Otto Porter? Like a
not that he's gonna turn into some 25-point a game score, but he has improved. I will say that.
Because he was a bust about a year and a half ago.
He came a long way from that. I know that clip's probably still floating around where he was guarding the man on the baseline. I think it was in Miami. He was guarding the man on the baseline. The man had ran all the way to the other side of the court, and Otto was still standing there guarding nobody. And it took him about 5 seconds to realize his man was gone. So Otto's come a long way. He's come a long way.
All right. We're gonna head on in the last call. I got something I wanted to add before we got on. Go ahead.
Oh, Chris Bosh.
Oh shit! I'm sorry. Forgot about Chris. All right, they got a resolution to their situation as of yesterday. Chris Bosh was finally waived by the Miami Heat, so he has $52 million remaining on his contract, and $37 million in cap space will be for the Heat now. $29 million is going to be paid by the insurance. The Heat are going to pay the rest. I didn't write the number down, but I believe he gets paid $400,000 a month for like the next 19 months, something like that, or the twice a month for the next 19 months, something like that. It's a good bit of bread he's getting. I ain't write the number down.
It's like 102 months.
Okay, it was okay. There you go.
It's almost like a Bobby Bonilla deal.
That cat is still winning. He is so winning, so winning. We'll tell that story one day. I don't have the numbers in front of me, and I want to give the story justice. So, right. But okay, is he? You think he should be done, or if somebody can clear him, he should play?
Well, this is my thing. This whole situation has been a mess from the jump.
Yeah.
Now, if I recall correctly, Miami doctors has been the only ones to check him out, right?
Right.
And they have said that, they didn't want to clear him, obviously, which is why he's set for the whole year. Now, he said from the beginning that he thought something was kind of fishy with what was going on between the doctors and Miami front office. And he basically said he didn't trust them.
Right.
Okay, so if he feels that way, we've had discussions with this. We had discussions with people, and everybody's saying you need to go sit down. And, to a certain extent, I agree. But at the same time, if he feel that way, I don't see it hurting for him to go out and get a second opinion, or if another team wants to bring him in and let their doctors check him out, which I expect to happen, because if Chris Bosh can play, he gonna be a solid addition.
Hey,
even if he can come and give you 12 to 15 points off the bench. All right, if another team can come in or independent doctor can come in and clear him to play, I don't see the harm in him looking that route. Now, if other doctors say, hey man, no, you can't play. We're not clearing you. Then you need to go ahead, work for TNT, go home, be with your family, go ahead and sit down. But as long as that doubt's there, he's an athlete. Athletes don't like to go out on anything other than their own terms, especially when it comes to injuries.
Right. And if somebody can clear him, I can see LeBron engineering the reunion of the 2012 Olympic team on his bench. He'd bring him, Melo, and Wade. And people sit there and talk about that the finals this past year, and they say, "Oh yeah, they got their ass kicked." They look at the numbers. You really look at them numbers. The only time they were really losing like that is when LeBron went off the court. That's when shit got out of control. He had to play all the minutes. He was spent. If they can get a solid bench to help, they'll be okay. So we'll see where it goes. I mean, somebody just may clear him. Somebody may. So can't knock on that. But
if we've seen the last of Chris Bosh and he's had a great career,
Great
11-time All-Star, 2-time Olympic gold champion, I believe. Career averaging 19 and 9. Hey man, can't beat that.
He going to the Hall of Fame.
Absolutely. And anybody who wants to debate that, stop thinking about baseball or football Hall of Fame. It's not that hard to get into the basketball Hall of Fame because it's not just the NBA Hall of Fame. It's the Naismith, I believe, Basketball Hall of Fame. So it's just about your accomplishments in basketball. Again, it's not that hard to get into it.
And plus, it was kind of suspect to me in regards to Pat Riley and them when they said they're gonna retire his jersey off top. Like off top. We're gonna retire Chris's jersey. Chris was only there 4 years, 5 years? He ain't played the last 2. And y'all retiring his jersey, his number? Okay.
Yeah, that's
right.
Might as well retire LeBron jersey.
Should have. He got you 2 rings. You should have retired.
Yeah. 2 more than Flash got. I'm gonna say it again. People don't realize it. Dwayne Wade ain't won shit without Shaq. Dwayne Wade has not won shit without Shaq or LeBron.
Nothing.
Okay.
Nothing.
Look at them years. Look at them years after Shaq left and before LeBron got there. It was a couple years. Miami didn't even make the playoffs. And
I want to say the Hawks beat them in the playoffs 1 year.
First round. Other times they couldn't even get out of the first round. Dwayne Wade has not done jack shit without Shaq or LeBron. Look it up.
Hey,
don't debate me.
Hey, it's the truth. All right, I got one more topic. It's the last call, but I got a topic in regards to the last call. I didn't say nothing to you about this earlier. Did you see the exchange with Joel Embiid about LeVar?
They working their way toward that 5 minutes in the locker room, man.
Bruh. Shout out to LeVar for dropping that ether. He dropped it on.
And you see LeVar, they got a show now.
Yeah.
It's a Facebook show. I didn't know Facebook had shows.
They gave him for that show. They had
a show.
Hey. Okay, but this is what LeVar said, people. This is dope. When you don't win and don't even make the playoffs and don't even stay on the court long enough, that's the best you can do is tweet and make some stuff up. And nobody else is doing this because they're working on their games in the gym. These guys ain't played a game and are always hurt and at the bottom of the totem pole. Drop a mic on them. That's ether he dropped on. So what was the only thing Embiid can say? What was the only thing he could say at that point?
I didn't see his response.
Fuck LeVar Ball.
Okay, I did. I saw that. He dropped an Instagram live video or something?
Yeah.
I saw that. Yeah. And the only tape I keep seeing of Ben Simmons is like he getting ready for a dunk contest or something.
That's it.
I saw one today, him full court shot, I think he shot. Okay, it went in. Okay.
I got something for you.
I need to see some work. I saw more work in the gym on legit shit from Dwight Howard last offseason that I've seen from Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid. And
I got a question for you. What's more likely to happen? Lonzo Ball winning Rookie of the Year or Ben Simmons or Embiid getting hurt?
Oh, one of them getting hurt, absolutely. One of them getting hurt because you got a lot of ballers coming out that came out in this draft. So, you got Fultz, you got Lonzo, De'Aaron Fox, Jason Tatum. You got a Justin Jackson sleeper. You got Malik Monk. You got a lot of guys that can compete for that Rookie of the Year. But them two tearing an Achilles or having to have microfracture surgery in December, hey, could very well happen.
Hey.
Could very well happen.
All right, our last topic on last call. We were talking about this the other night because we both are in agreement. Shout out to Ice Cube on that big 3. This week's game was better than last week's games. Way better. Shout out to him, man. That boy Cat Mobley was playing like he wanted a 15-day contract with somebody. Cat was putting in that work, man. Shout out to him.
Shout out to the big 3. Yeah, Cat
was Chauncey Billups, man. Chauncey was balling too. He was eating the shot. But this next section is for the cats who the big 3 don't ever need to call. Ever. They don't need to show up. No tryout, no nothing. The first one I'm nominating is the old Rain Man, Sean Kemp. Sean Kemp probably weigh about 400 pounds now, give or take. They don't need to call Sean Kemp.
You don't think they need to call him?
Nah.
You don't think Sean Kemp can come in there and do a little something? I mean, because I'm looking at Ruben Patterson and Maurice Evans out there. They look like left tackles.
Bro, the Kobe stopper is huge now.
Yeah.
It's huge.
They need to go straight to the post and don't do anything else. I couldn't come up with anybody. I think I said Oliver Miller or somebody like that, but I couldn't really think of anybody that shouldn't be called. So I went a little different direction, and the cat I would love to see in the Big Three next year. That's if he retired, but he's probably not going to retire for another couple of years. I would love to see Vince Carter in this.
Yeah.
One thing it seems to be missing is I ain't seen nobody just get boomed on real hard yet.
Nah. That little cat on Iverson's team, he was getting a lot of he needs to be on somebody's team next year. He's active. But I'd like to see Rasheed. Rasheed Wallace there. I think a lot of these cats were waiting to see how the league played out. I mean, for 100 racks to play for 2 months, why not? And then they get
what they getting?
Yeah, like 100 racks they said. And then they get the split, the big money at the end. So hey, that ain't bad. Somebody Eddie House said it on Fox today, talking about if Chris Bosh really wants to play, play in the Big Three, play in that next summer. Do TNT, get that studio money, then go play in that. I got a feeling there's gonna be some good players show up next year to play.
Oh, absolutely, because when you talk about Rasheed Wallace, let's just put Area 21 on there all together. Put KG out there.
Yeah. Paul Pierce said he was thinking about putting a team together with KG. And I guess that's the thing I'd be interested to see. Will they let cats put their own teams together, or will they stay with that draft stuff?
Okay.
I wonder, because I know they did a draft this year. But, I'm pretty sure if Paul Pierce called and said, Ray Allen, Ray Allen ain't going to play. Me, KG, and Rondo want to play next year. They ain't going to tell him no.
Ray might play with Paul Pierce. He ain't playing with Rondo.
They need that 5. they need. But that's all I got. Cause you got anything else?
No. Only other thing I had for last call, I heard something this morning that was quite funny.
What's up?
I forget this cat's name, but it was a tennis guy. Who basically told everybody to fuck off because he quit. Well, he didn't quit, but he said he got tired and he was bored.
Oh wow!
And that let me find this cat's name, man. He said that he was tired and bored during the matches, and right now he just basically said he ain't playing for no trophies to go be holding up no trophies and all that. He basically looking at this as a job, and he just playing for the money. Y'all can like it or not like it, but he know in about 8 to 10 years when he retires, I think he's only like 25. He ain't got to work for the rest of his life. So he basically said, "Hey, I ain't in this to win no titles or nothing, no grand slams. I'm just in here for the check," and I can respect that.
He kept it real.
Yeah, he kept it 100. He kept it 100 because a lot of cats think like that in all these sports. They just in there for the check. They ain't really out there to win, especially when you see somebody take $150 million to go to Orlando. Not that anybody did that this year, but you see stuff like that every year, and it's obvious that they taking the bag and they're not trying to win.
Speaking of tennis,
you just honest about it.
Yeah. Speaking of tennis, keep your head up, Venus. They ain't put no charges on her yet for that accident, but they said that she was responsible, so that civil suit is coming.
I was about to say that's going to be the main thing. Even if they don't do anything criminally, the civil suit.
But if I'm not mistaken,
awful death suit or something like that.
Remind me though, didn't Dante Stallworth, when he was drunk, hit a dude in Miami and kill him, and only had to do 30 days?
Yeah, when vehicular homicides, it's not like a regular homicide, so it's treated totally different. Of course, each state is different.
Yeah.
But it doesn't, in most cases, hold anywhere near the length of jail time as just straight up killing somebody does. Now, there was a case a few years back here in Atlanta. The young lady on Easter, I think her name is Amy Michael.
I remember that.
She sideswiped her. She killed the whole family But the thing that got her 30 years in jail was the fact that, she left the scene. Her and her mom tried to hide the car, tried to get it fixed and all of that, and lied about it. And that's how she ended up getting time.
Right.
A lot of time. If she would have just kind of stayed on the scene, been accountable for it, she would have walked after a little bit of time, behind bars. But I hated to see Venus in that interview the other day. She kind of broke down when they asked her about it. And, reporters are assholes. Well, I don't know why they even asked her that. I know why, but at the same token,
right?
Why?
Right.
Of course, she's bothered by it, and most importantly, the family. You think about the victim's family,
right?
You have to relive that, and you got to see this shit on the news, and people are already talking about it. You know what I'm saying? You're not thinking about them. You're trying to write a damn story. So, another reason I hate the media in some regards, but they got a job to do. What can you say?
Right. All right. Well, we have come to the end of the show, people. Since we had a short week for the 4th of July, today is Wednesday, we probably won't be back with you until next Tuesday. We're going to touch on a little bit of basketball next week, the remainder of the free agents, but we are going full steam ahead in the football. I believe so.
It's about time, to put a bow on basketball.
Yeah.
It's July. We got about 3 weeks before camps kick off. It's time to put that away, man. It's time to get to the real for real. So, hey, y'all know what it is, man. We're gonna do a draft. We're gonna do a fantasy football league this year. We got a lot of stuff in the work. So we gotta take it piece by piece and make sure we don't overexert ourselves. But keep a look out for something big we got coming up with not only our show, AA Sportsbook, and some other shows. Shout out to the coalition out there. What's up, Kane and Ice? What's up, Nicole Monique? What's up, Get With The Sports? What's up, Left Handed? Tell people how to hit you on social media, man.
You follow me at ReK6000 on Twitter. I talk sports. Appreciate all them follows. They've been raising up. Appreciate it, fella.
Yeah, man. And y'all know what it is. Y'all can reach me at Diego Barish on the Twitter. Also, go to our Facebook page and check us out there. Always go to the YouTube page, watch, hit that subscribe button. Yeah, y'all like that 4-figure ring, throwback style. We're going to holler at y'all next week, man. It's AA Sports, straight sports rotation. Greg Cup boys in the building. Holler at y'all next week. Peace.